So my voice sounds a little weird doing this. I have been sick for about a week and a half, and I'm still trying to get over it. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna be honest. I did not want to make this video, and it's not because I hate Palworld. No, it's because I really like Palworld. I'm actually having like a lot of fun with it, with my friends, and I just did not want to stop playing it to, make this video and do other adult stuff. I'm kind of in the same boat as Mike of I just did not want to stop playing it. But yeah, I really wanted to get a video out this week about it, so here we go. Palworld is one of those games that I feel like there's a lot to do and a lot to enjoy. Before I give my opinion on the game, let's talk about what Palworld is. Palworld is more than just Pokemon with guns. It's Pokemon with guns combined with Ark Survival Evolved and Satisfactory. It's an open world exploration game with survival elements and the ability to capture pals and people and have them work at your base to automate things like logging, planting crops, working on a ranch, building items, etc. It's a decently large game with a good amount of stuff to do. It's very open and more about building up your base and exploring the world at the moment than actually having an end game and story, which is completely fine. So there's a lot of things to do in the game, but I normally feel like I'm very lost in what I should be doing at the moment. It might be because of what usually happens in games like this when I play with everybody else. Mike outlevels everyone, Chase focuses on the base stuff, and everybody else, myself included, just tries to catch up and understand what's going on. But I'm still having fun and enjoying the game. There are still things I dislike about the game, but they haven't fully caused me to hate the game. The main thing I dislike about the game is the survival elements. Having to get food constantly to feed yourself and your team of pals and manage the food for the pals at the base, I think it gets a bit annoying. I can understand, the hot and cold survival mechanics, equipment degradation, and crafting and stuff like that, but for me, the food is always the problem. Do I think it hurts the game personally? A little bit. But is it enough for me to stop playing? No. And for me, that's my one complaint about the game. I'd like it to be a little bit more casual with a little bit less emphasis on the survival element and more about, capturing the pals and building up your base and stuff. But I don't completely hate the survival element. Chase, on the other hand, has a far different complaint and hatred for part of the game. Chase hates how clunky the building system is. Chase is the one who's always doing the building mechanics within our group. Whether it's Palworld or 7 Days to Die Darkness Falls mod, he is the building and automation guy. And while he was building the first base, he was complaining about how clunky the building system is in Palworld. The tolerances are too tight for where you can build stuff and where you can't. And stuff kind of like that. I haven't used the building system that much, so I'm not sure how bad it actually is when it comes to making large buildings and structures. I'm only telling you what I've heard so far from Chase and how he hates how clunky the building system is. I'll even put a clip of it in right now for how much he doesn't like the building system tolerances.
I'm having the hardest time just putting a sign down on the ground right now.
You're still on
I
that?
just well, I'm on the second sign now, and it's being even more finicky.
Oh.
It does not. It thinks it's overlapping. I need a mod that makes it so there's no tolerance or building objects, and I can just put them anywhere.
He does also have complaints about how much he needs to babysit the pals at the base so they don't die from lack of food. Which, it's kind of part of my complaint with the survival elements. But for him, it's worse having to just babysit them all the time if we don't have, great food production up.
Well, there's a lot of fire types I haven't gotten in Mount Obsidian because they're too high level.
Well, you just gotta try harder.
I would, but I can't be away from the base for too long because of the food production.
With those complaints out of the way, I've got nothing but love for Palworld as a game. I know there's a lot of controversies around Palworld right now, but I want to focus on it as a game. I like the character designs of a lot of the pals. They look interesting and fun. Some of the designs I like better than the Pokemon designs. And there's a good variety of pals, but I would like a bit more instead of the elemental variations of some pals. You know, like the giant panda and the variant giant electric panda. I'd like a little bit more variety than just that. Same goes for like Ecaro deer or something like that, and the van worm. I would like just a little bit more variety instead of those elemental variants. Another thing I'm not so keen on is the way they use mega scans and store assets, because I've seen openings. And what I mean by openings is basically it's where an asset is made so the player should only see it from the front, like all of the cliffs. And if you get behind it, there's a large opening that you can see through. You know, it's basically a break in the map is what it is. I would like them to go through and fix all of those, but it doesn't break my immersion that much in the game. So I can still keep playing it, and I don't completely hate it. And I know the game is early access still. And to go with that, Palworld's world is big enough that I do really like exploring it. I want to find where all the pals reside, and I want to catch them. I want to explore and find all the statues. I want to just travel around the world and capture all the bosses. It's an open world that I enjoy flying around on a mount or running around on the mount on the ground and just exploring. The world feels alive with pals, and like there's always something close by that I can stop to fight and capture or like defeat the different little bases that are around that keep respawning. It's just kind of nice to be able to explore a world that's just fun and feels alive. There is a system that I'm not sure how to feel about though, and that's the base system. For the base system, it's mostly about how little space it feels like you have for a base. Then again, that might just be chase building, chase things, that it feels like we have very little room. I know you can make multiple bases, but I would like it if every time your guild's base levels up, like you hit certain milestones and you level up the base, I would like it to expand the territory you can build a bit more. Because there's a blue circle around your base that basically is the area you can build it. It would be nice if it would expand a bit more when you are leveling up the base. And I just feel like you should only have one base per guild instead of being able to make multiple bases for your guild. And that's what I think about Palworld as a game. But all in all, I really enjoy Palworld, and I am very much addicted to it. Currently, when I'm on the server with my friends, I normally stream it over on twitch.tv/thesandmanking. That's where most of this gameplay has come from. So if you feel like it, you can go over there, hit follow on there, and I'm trying to do like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, being live doing something in the afternoon or nighttime. But that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, turn on the notification bell to get notified when I do upload, and have a royal day.